5 easy ways to show men love from a man's perspective. Hey there everyone, in this video I'm going to be talking about 5 easy ways to show men love. Now the thing is that sometimes the way we want to show love to our partner isn't necessarily the way our partner wants to receive love. And so it's important to understand our partners and know how they like to receive love. So in this video, I'm going to be talking about easy ways to show a man love from a man's perspective. What is it that men love and appreciate to receive from their women? Hey everybody, my name is Kevin Anthony and I am coming to you here for Magnetize Your Man. I am a certified sexologist and host of the Love Lab podcast. And for over a decade, I have been helping men, women, and couples identify the patterns and behaviors that are sabotaging their relationships and sex life. I have the unique ability to see the patterns that they can't often see. Number 5, give him space. Now this is interesting, right? Because it's not actually something that you necessarily need to do, right? As opposed to some of the other things that we're talking about. But a way to show men in general that you love them is to give them the space when they need the space. Now, men don't need space all the time, but they do need space sometimes. And I've talked about this a lot. I've talked about it on this channel as well as my own channel. This idea that for men, the space is really about replenishing their testosterone stores. So for women, when they get depleted and they need to recharge, some of the things that really help them are things like getting together with girlfriends and talking and doing self-care rituals and things like that, because that helps them rebuild their oxytocin stores. But for men, we need to rebuild our testosterone stores. And the way that we do that is just by having some space. We tend to call it cave time, right? So that cave time is critically important for rebuilding those testosterone stores. And so one way that you can show us love as men is understanding that and knowing, like, if we've had a hard, long day at work, we might need 30 minutes or an hour of just, reading the newspaper like our father's generation did. But for us today, that might look differently. It might look like just cruising the phone. It might look like getting in the gym and doing a workout. It might look like, just keeping up on current affairs, catching up on the sports scores, whatever it is. Those are things that we will do in order to sort of relax and rebuild. And giving us a little bit of space to do that shows us that you understand that and that you care enough. If we come home after a really busy day and the first thing you do is, I need you to do this, and this, we're just like, oh my God, this is just so much. When do I get a break, right? So just showing a little bit of space is a great way to show us that you love us and care about us. Number 4, find ways to make his life easier. Now, inevitably, I'm sure that some women listening to this are going to go like, well, what about me? Are you supposed to make my life easier? Yes, he is actually supposed to help make your life easier. Together, as a team, you should be making each of your lives easier and better. But why this one is important for men is because one of the ways that we really bond with you as women is when you show us that our lives are better with you in it than they are without you in it. And so by finding ways to add value to our lives, that really goes a long way in showing us that you love us. So there's lots of different ways that you can do that. It really depends on, the sort of nature of your relationship, your situation, as far as, do you have kids, do you not have kids, do you both work, do you not both work, do you own a home together, it's gonna vary a bit. But the idea is you want to show that you're adding value to his life, that you're helping him in ways that are indispensable to him. And that is a great way to show him that you love him. Number 3, before we jump into that though, please go check out our free polarity quiz at polarityquiz.com. If you're wondering whether or not you have or have had relationship polarity, go take our free quiz. It is at polarityquiz.com. Well, be physically intimate with him. There's no surprise with that one. Yeah, sex. Physical intimacy is a great way to show him that you love him. Now, I know for some people, they're like, well, sex doesn't necessarily mean that you love him. And that is true. We can't necessarily say that just because you have sex with somebody that you love them. However, as men, we do consider this a very important part of our relationship. And one of the things that tends to happen is when either of us or both of us let the relationship sort of go on autopilot and sort of drift apart or drift away, and the sex stops, we tend to take it personally, like she obviously doesn't love us anymore because she's not willing or wanting to have sex anymore. And so one of the ways that you can show him that you do still care is to be physically intimate with him. Now, of course, I'm not suggesting you should be physically intimate if you don't want to be. If there's other problems in the relationship, if that's the case, I suggest that you work on fixing those other problems, reconnecting, deepening your intimacy first, and then move into physical intimacy. But nonetheless, we still, as men, value that and think that that's an important part of our relationship. And it's a great way for you ladies to show us that you do indeed love us. All right, number 2 then is be his number 1 cheerleader. It's interesting because sometimes people think, well, your mom will always cheer you no matter what. She'll always love you no matter what. She'll always think you're the best no matter what. Yes, that is probably true. But as a grown adult, you don't spend as much time with your mother as you do with your partner. And nobody knows you as well or as intimately as your partner, or at least that should be the case. So if you've been in a long-term committed relationship and you don't feel that way about your partner, then there's probably something wrong in your relationship. Your partner is the one you spend every day with. Your partner is the one that you talk to every day. Your partner is the one that you share all the little details of your life, including details about your sex life and other things that you would not necessarily share with your mother. So they should know you really well. And here's the thing. Your partner should absolutely be your number 1 cheerleader. They should be the most prominent person in your life who is encouraging you, who is, helping you through the tough times, who's telling you, you've got this, you can do this, I believe in you, right? And so that's, again, it does go both ways, right? So he should be doing that for you as well. But this is an area that a lot of women tend to fall short. They tend to get more in the critical phase, where it's more about the things he didn't do and how he messed this up, and there's more complaining and criticizing. So you really want to be careful of that, not get into the complaining and criticizing, and instead turn it around and really become your partner's biggest cheerleader, right? Just, give him the motivation that he needs to keep going through the tough times, because we all experience those tough times and we all need encouragement, and our partner should be the number 1 person providing that for us. All right, and lastly, number 1, build him up with praise rather than tearing him down with criticism. So I somewhat alluded to this in the previous one, but when I say be his number 1 cheerleader, I mean be really encouraging. Like if he's got a business project or something like that, just be like, baby, you got this. I know you can do it. I believe in you. You've got all the skills. There's that, right? But when I say build him up with praise rather than tearing him down, this goes a little bit deeper. This isn't just about, some project that he's doing or some goal he wants to accomplish. This is about really taking the time every day to appreciate him, to tell him the things that you love and appreciate about him. And of course, again, he should be doing these things for you as well. So don't get the impression that this is only one-sided and that only, you are required or responsible for doing this. He should be doing it as well. But it is really, really great. You would be surprised how many men have been through multiple relationships in their life, probably most of the relationships they've had, where their partners never really told them positive things. It was always about the negative things. You didn't take out the trash, and why do you always do this, and how come you didn't do that? Eventually, over time, that type of criticism it builds up, it builds resentment, and it is toxic to a healthy, successful relationship. So instead, just little things, noticing when he does something, that is good. Oh, I noticed you took out the trash and I didn't even ask you to. Thank you so much. That really helps me. Or I noticed you did this, or thank you for doing that. Or, whatever it is, just little things like that where you help build him up. Those things actually encourage him to be a better man, right? As you share those things, he's like, I did something good and she's happy with me. And that encourages him to do more. When you go down the route of criticism and complaining, all it really does is encourage him not to get caught so he doesn't get yelled at. It also tends to place you more in the mother-son role, which is, again, just absolutely toxic to a relationship. So you don't want to go there. So work on building him up with praise on a regular basis.